there's not much string tension on a ukulele. So if there was any sort of stability issues with joining all that wood, it's not too bad on a ukulele. Now, I've seen other people do really intricate joined necks, and I don't think the stability is very good with it. There's a certain stability that you get from scarfing, but then I think if you overdo it, it might actually become unstable because there's all the pieces. There's just too many pieces kind of shifting around. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There we go. So there is the candy cane neck. So you can see this is kind of like where I got the idea. I was like, oh, that would be neat to just scarf in a piece of Padauk with the maple. I'll show you another so you can see the back of it. Yeah. So then the back of the neck looked like that. That's how I knew that this would look like that when it was done, because I've done it before on instruments like this one. Now, I don't know if how that would look on an electric guitar to have like just a bunch of red. So if I kept doing that all down the neck, I'd have all these like stripes, these red and white stripes, which might be kind of interesting, but also be kind of like goofy looking too. It's also kind of goofy looking, which with a ukulele, it's okay because ukuleles are kind of cute, you know? So this one, you can see it's just cute looking, you know? With an electric guitar, I don't know, it might work. Dicel, you need 1,000 more Hanks for the neck to get another ticket. You need 2,500. Well, not 1,000. You need 800. 800 more. But anyway, lots of things that you can do, and I've talked about it before, and you see the process. You may not see all the work. You're patient. I know you guys don't see all the work I do. A lot of what you see on stream is more of the hand work, specifically sanding. But I do include like the stream in my decision making process. So you see all the decisions I'm making along the way. And that's the thing with guitar building or any sort of art, I say it all the time. It's all about your decision making as you go. You're just making choices, stylistic choices, wood choices, finishing choices, hardware choices. There's so many choices. And at some points, you just kind of have to stick to your guns and just be like, I'm just going to see it through and do it. And sometimes it works out. And sometimes it's like, oh, that came out a little goofy, you know? It's not a bad thing. I think it's good to try those things and explore them. But that's what's kind of nice, like with a guitar like this, like I was saying, when I did this kind of weird, you never see this. Not nobody, but like you just never see a weird scarf joint like that where they join a different piece of wood. I knew what it would look like after I carved it. That's why I wasn't too worried about it as far as like aesthetically, even though it looked really weird when I glued it on. It was just a block. It was just like, it's just like this red block of wood on the end of it. But I knew once it carved out, it would get this curve, you know? And that was one of the interesting things that happened when I was doing all those weird joined necks. You see it the same with wood turning, like the kind of patterns that emerge when you join a bunch of wood together in different patterns. But then as you kind of shape it, it kind of distorts the pattern and creates just interesting shapes to the pattern, you know. So there's some amazing. One of the things that kind of inspired that, what I think about is actually like different sorts of. There's some artists who do just amazing joined wood vases and stuff, very similar to what Boyd's Custom Fab has been doing with his travel mugs, where he joins a bunch of square, like kind of rectangle pieces, and then he turns it, and then you get this like really nice shimmering pattern with all these different kinds of wood. And you can even get more elaborate than that depending on how you join all the pieces. But when you see all the pieces together, it just looks like a block of a bunch of like geometric shapes. You don't really know what it's going to look like until you carve that round shape into a bunch of hard lines. So I was kind of inspired by a lot of that, and I think that's what's kind of interesting. Like I like to look at a lot of different woodworking and stuff, what they're doing, and it seems kind of like, yeah, there's some neat stuff that people are doing with cutting boards. You know, there's neat stuff that people are doing with